Hang on.
I did both hands. Just one. I don't know why I did both.
Okay, we're in the clear.
Okay. Fuck you, Craig.
Fuck you, Craig.
There it is.
There we go. See
I
that?
got it twice.
Fuck you, 10 seconds. We went 11. So take that. All right.
Actually, it's
So-
just 24 to me.
Welcome back to another episode of Failed Attempt, to our collection of assholes sit around and try to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we're doing a double this week. So if we're all tired, oh well, deal with it.
2 times.
I am not doing a triple, damn it. We're all going to be sleeping at our desks if we play again tomorrow. It's not going to happen.
It's just an
We're going
hour of just.
zombies.
The only thing that I will do tomorrow, maybe, is the one-on-one I need to do with Merida and the one-on-one I need to do with Cammy, and that is, I'm not doing a full session.
Man,
That's all I'll do, because I got shit to do tomorrow.
You should send me to hell and make me fight Zarathos, the demon inside me.
I mean, do you
Oh.
want to? I mean, look, if you want to make a new character already, I can.
Actually, no, I don't want to go to hell. I changed my
Okay.
mind.
I'm just saying. You're literally talking about going down to like nearly the 9th circle of hell as a level 10 and fighting one of the strongest demons
Yeah.
in that circle, just because. So I mean, you know,
I
Do it
mean,
up. Do
you're
it
gonna
up.
be. What's the?
Let me do some history checks. I'm pretty sure Zarathos is like one level under Lucifer.
yeah. Anyway, so you guys had it wasn't as epic of a battle as it should have been or could have been, but it was an interesting one nonetheless.
Angel.
You ended up hightailing it out of Salvetti and going toward the forest, which was a good move to prevent further damage to the city itself that you already did. The hands floated down from the heavens and chased you over there, and there were these weird plasmoid creatures, which Merida was able to identify them as, at first, not threatening. Garrison did attempt to go over and talk to them, and they weren't having it. 2 of them ended up essentially drawing weapons where they just morphed them out of their person, and you all engaged in combat. After a few blows here and there, I mean, they weren't really that difficult for your crew at least at that point, but Liliana did put a stop to it as the entire sky went black, and there were literally hundreds of them coming down from the heavens, explaining that where she was grateful that you went in and broke her out, it was not the safest or the best way to go about it, not to mention the fact that now that she learned about Antolon, she had to go back in there and try and rescue him. And you learned a little bit about her history as well, where she was sent away for safety and then got mixed up, and she didn't go into detail about the things she got mixed up in. However, what they were landed her in Carcere, which on a later note, if you meet up with her again, you can always ask her what those were, because she did not tell you. However, the skies went clear. You guys made your way back over to Salvetti, even though Malador did not want to. He wanted to blast off to Coast City. I believe your target in Coast City was Trock or Xander or both. But everyone else wanted to stop in Salvetti to look at the damage, and that is where you ended up. I believe everyone got off the ship, for the exception of maybe Malador. You ended up staying on the ship at least then, which doesn't mean you can't get off now. But Garrison, as you went down, you ended up hovering above the ground as you noticed that the probably about 2, maybe 3 feet of water and rising as the 20, 30 foot geysers that are blowing up from the 6 buildings that Gladys destroyed is just constant stream of just very powerful pressure water blowing up out of 6 different places in the central of the city, and is now flooding the inside of the castle walls, and that is where you guys begin. So, for the exception of Garrison, everybody else is in 3 feet of water. So keep that in mind.
Exception for me as well. I'm on the
Except for you as well, because you're on the ships. But keep that in mind about your character's height, because right now you are standing in 3 feet of water.
Doesn't look like there's been any response from the city.
No,
Like there's not
oddly
even
enough.
there's not even people.
Oddly enough, no.
Like, so those buildings were basically vacant.
From what you can gather looking around, I mean, there wasn't a response when Gladys appeared. There wasn't a response when the 6 buildings were vaporized, and there hasn't been a response since.
But like I don't hear any screams or people like, "What's going on?" No, okay.
Nope.
So we can go back to Coast City.
I mean, yeah. I came down to see if they needed help, but if there's nobody here, then
I feel like we should at least like try and stop the city from flooding or something. I mean, people live here still, surely.
do they? Because nobody's out.
Well, that's what you do during like an evacuation. You evacuate, you leave your stuff.
Because
Yeah,
York, we can't hear you that well.
Yeah, you're
yeah. We can't hear anything you
Yep.
guys are saying.
You guys cut out completely. We didn't hear anything that you just said.
I'm gonna go and check this stuff.
Still,
No.
He's gonna check
Don't
something?
waste
Yeah.
it.
Gonna check
still
it.
can't
check
hear you, man.
something.
You're cutting in and out. Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah.
I heard you're gonna check something, and I saw you pointing down. So
Can you increase
Vertical.
your mic's sensitivity?
Biblically accurate. Accurate?
Garrison, the one thing that you will see without
Accurate.
the one thing that you will see without much difficulty is like briefcases and clothes and furniture and just regular household items that are either floating in the water from the buildings that were destroyed, sinking in them if they're not meant to float and too heavy, but no owners of said
So
materials.
it looks like the city was already evacuated.
From your time in battle and seeing this kind of thing before, yes, you would be able to deduce from everything that you're seeing right now that this entire city was evacuated before you got here.
Okay, that's weird.
I mean, who knows how long we were in the place? And when I sent back Gladys the first time, I'm assuming it came back here.
Why? Why would it come back to Salvetti?
Warm place instantly because it was in the frozen, right in the desert. Makes sense.
Yeah, remember the first time he brought her into Tartarus, she almost froze to death.
No, yeah, I know that, but I meant like she could have come anywhere in this realm that was not.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she could have gone anywhere in any realm, but
Yeah, but she's actually never been to Salvetti, so I don't know why she would have been here before.
You sure? She hasn't been to Salvetti?
Yeah, she's the only place she's knows is Coast City. That's where we got her.
Who knows? I'm just theorizing.
that's where you found her.
Because when we got here, the buildings were destroyed, right?
No, we destroyed the
No.
buildings.
It was us?
Her,
It was us.
yeah, her ripping through space and time caused those
okay.
6 to be demolished.
Yeah, that's why I
Oops.
wanted to come and make sure everybody was safe because we did it.
Yeah.
But
Oops,
if nobody's here, then I guess we can go. But it's weird. Can I go? I'm gonna go to the Royal Guard headquarters.
The palace.
Yeah.
So
Now I'm curious.
I mean, being in the center of the city, it would take you a little bit to get there. But again, other than the water and the 6 buildings that you demolished, as you are flying and floating through Salvetti to make your way in a northern direction to make your way toward the Royal Guard Palace as you know it, as you're looking around, it appeared before whatever took place, whatever transpired here before you arrived. All that construction and dilapidated buildings and like poor part and all it's all done. This Salvetti now, if you took away the water and the destruction you guys caused, it's now kind of like a smaller version of Gaudium. Everything was done and pristine and beautiful.
Mhm.
But as you're going through, heading in a northern direction toward the palace, you see that big hill leading upward that's caused more damage than it was worth from a certain turtle. And then the Royal Guard Palace in all of its glory with its purples and whites and golds, and still not a soul.
Yep.
Who is following Garrison? Because if anyone is, because I'm just letting you know that the palace is a good ways away from where you guys are.
I'll go.
Yeah, I said I was hopping off of the ship,
Okay.
so I'm going with him.
Because Vidar, you would know this from being here. Actually, most of you would know this from being here before. From the center of the city to the Royal Guard Palace is about an hour walk. It is
Yeah.
it is a pretty big distance.
Garrison.
Garrison, if you're going full speed, it's not an hour walk, but you're going to leave the rest of your team behind. For the rest of you, it
Well,
would be
maybe
an
we
hour.
shouldn't go then.
It'd be an hour.
If
journey.
Garrison can just speedy over there to take a look, then he
Yeah,
can speedy
I'll
back.
just go. Yeah, I'm
There's
just
no
gonna
sense
go
for us
and
to slow him down.
see if I can
Yep.
find any information.
Okay.
Well, maybe if he could carry one person could go with him.
He could. It could indeed. He can carry with his strength. Yeah,
Yeah.
he could carry one of
Just
you.
just so we don't have people going off one by themselves,
Hmm.
because we are back to where we are currently being hunted.
Yeah.
So
All right.
So who would you like to take with you, Mr. Garrison? Besides
everybody
Mr.
choose
Hat?
everybody choose a buddy.
Who wants to go?
I think Cammy said she wanted to go. I said Vidar could go.
And I just don't want to split up
Yeah.
in an abandoned, flooded town.
All right. Well, I'll take Vidar. No offense, Kenny.
Sorry, little spoon.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're big.
I'll find my parents.
Oh, okay, that's what you were trying to say before. Got you. So Garrison, you're gonna pick up Vidar and
How do you
And-
pick me
and-
up?
just head under your arms.
Okay.
You know.
so he's gonna
you're
pick
like-
you up. So he's gonna pick you up. He's gonna pick you up like a baby. He's gonna put the arm over and hook you right at the crotch there.
Yep.
Hold you
Yep.
facing.
And, he's just
hold you
gonna hear
facing
me.
away.
He's just gonna hear me whisper in his ear, support my head, support my head.
Support my head.
Make sure
Yeah.
you support my head.
He's gonna hold you with your back to him and you're facing forward and just have the hand hooked under and just
Yeah.
bounce.
It's like with cats, their reflex is to freeze up when you grab the scruff of their neck.
Yeah.
It's just the same way with humans. We just go lolly with our heads, like we're grabbed like.
Yeah.
We're just like.
He's gonna have the bottle while he's flying. Only it's beer.
Just strap me to your chest like that baby in The Hangover.
There you
Wore
go.
sunglasses and everything.
There you go. All right. So Garrison will fly off with Vidar. Yorick, you said you're gonna go try and locate your parents. What are the rest of you doing? Because there's still Merida, Malador,
I was just waiting for you to pan to
Stephen,
me.
and Kim. So what are the rest of you doing?
You know what I'm doing. I'm going into the captain's
You're gonna
quarters,
commune.
and I'm gonna go try to talk to him.
Steven's trying to distract himself.
Want me to make the roll?
Make the roll.
demons. The demons.
How are you distracting yourself, sir?
Literally anything he can find.
Okay, well, as you're looking around, like I said,
It probably
there's
doesn't
like
meet it.
there's briefcases that are locked and floating. There's briefcases that are literally bursted open. In the bursted open briefcases, they are stuffed full of clothing and knickknacks and like non-perishable goods that are now just floating along the surface of the water. There's clothes that are in the water. There's dishes. There's furniture. There's broken pieces of thises and that's just coming out of the buildings that are
Steven's
floating
gonna
along the water.
Try to get some nice furniture for Gladys.
Okay.
W, Steven, I ain't gonna lie.
Cammy?
Oh, he gonna ice me out.
Cammy doesn't know what to do. She's like,
She-
she wants to stop the flooding, but she doesn't know how to do that. So she's just kind of standing there wanting to help, but can't.
Get
So-
furniture with me.
so Cammy
Right.
in her confused state because she's never been here before is, except for the one time with Ellenwyn, but how much did you really search? Is now watching Steven try to fish furniture out of the water. You watched Garrison pick up Vidar and fly away. You're watching Yorick now wander the streets looking for someone specific. Malador is not in the group at all because you never saw him come off the ship. And Merida, what are you doing?
Probably gonna try to go find a tavern or some shit.
That is very appropriate.
Yeah, start looting.
Oh,
God.
That is very appropriate. So, Merida, you will. It won't take long for you to find Taberna. That is on the way to the Royal Guard Palace. So it'll take you a minute to get there because you're trudging through 3 feet of water that continues
Yeah,
to slowly rise.
armpits.
Yes, and it continues to slowly rise to the point where you have to go like otter and swim, which as a panda you're not enjoying at all. But it's either that or you're gonna end up under the water eventually anyway. But you do.
Hand to paddle.
But you do make your way toward Taberna, and when you arrive at Taberna, I mean the water is in the building.
Yeah.
So the water has risen above the 3 steps that lead into the building, and it has started like cresting along the floor. Vacant, doors wide open. There's no source of lighting or life in the building. Yorick, where are you looking for said family?
I'm gonna go back to where I remember home being.
Which I believe I told you was on the south side. What is that weird sound?
Someone's chair.
Sounds like either squeaking or like hamsters fucking. I'm not sure which.
I think it's my chair. My bad.
Okay. No hamster fucking, please. We're not on Pornhub.
Said it was south side.
Okay. Even though it's stupid high, your passive is for the things that you are walking by, but since it's a directed, give me either a survival or a perception. It is your choice. In the interim, Judd, go ahead and give me a perception. Actually, let me make sure of something here. Because you're not just trying to locate, I mean, locating furniture is not the problem. I'm assuming you're going after good stuff.
Yeah. 21.
Do.
I also rolled a 21 perception.
Hell yeah.
Look for a nice vase.
Judd, give me an
I saw it
intelligence
before.
as well.
Oh boy.
Nice old mirror we can put on the side of Gladys.
This one I'm not very happy with.
Yeah, we can just pound a nail into the
13.
side of her stomach.
Okay. Okay. So, we'll go over the list of furniture that you
Oh
gather
no,
in a second.
furniture, Garrison.
Um,
He goes see furniture in the bottom of Gladys. He'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
I'm gonna break it.
Vidar,
Yep.
you do not remember traveling this quick the last time. I think
Yeah,
this isn't
I
the
didn't
first.
have the
I don't think this
vampire
is the
run.
first. Yeah, I don't think this is the first time Garrison's traveled with you. Has he picked you up and flown you before? I think he has at least
Like
once.
when I've fallen off at the ship, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't remember traveling this fast. I mean, he's going full speed, so things are kind of rushing by.
Mhm.
I mean, not to the point where your vision is streams. You can still make things out, but he's going relatively quick. So in a relatively 30 minutes, he does an hour-long trip. And you land. Do you fly all the way up to the palace?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
to the,
as you
Royal
reach,
Guard,
yep, as you reach where the hill begins to go up, I mean, you can see that the water is starting to crest up the hill as well. It goes all the way into the every nook and cranny, the corner where you guys tried to hide from the guards before, during Vernon's whole debacle. That whole alley is flooded. There's the furniture and shit that's been like stuffed in there from the water flow. That's now just kind of bouncing off the walls of the alley. And you get up to the palace, and the doors are wide open. There's no guards standing there. The flags that are normally hanging, there's no signs of like damage or tampering, or I mean, they're still hanging there. When you go in, the giant rug that leads up to the throne is still there. The giant windows with all of the different symbols to do with Salvetti and just various kingdoms and all the various pictures and all the artwork. The hole that Vernon cut in the glass way back when is still there. They never. It doesn't look like they ever repaired it.
fixed the whole city, but they didn't fix that one fucking window.
Yep, it's still that like square that he chopped out of it way back when. Still there. The pews, again, there's no signs of damage. There's no signs of tampering. As you look around, you still, Vidar, you would see the closet that you reappeared in
Yeah.
after you escaped from Relictus the first time.
Yep.
That's wide open, and that entire room has been scattered outside the closet. So those boxes that were full of files and paperwork and all of the dusty various like the wooden boxes that were locked and all of the paper boxes that were just stuffed full of files are scattered all over the floor. They go from that closet to the 50 feet over to the center of the room. That's really the only sign of like destruction or tampering in here. You look to the left and there's the door still that leads down that staircase to the cells that you all know and love so much. And then behind the throne room is that curved wall that also has a door on it. And there you go. There's the inside of the palace.
Yep. I'm just looking at the desks and paperwork, and I'm just trying to figure out like if there's any letter or anything that like says like like what happened here, or to give any hint that like why everybody was evacuated.
Okay, so you want to rummage through all the papers that have been scattered everywhere, or are you going in the closet to look there, or both?
Well, both. Like, I'm just trying to piece together what happened. So, like, I'm looking at
Okay.
the papers, whatever the most recent date is, or like.
All right, and Vidar?
I'm just walking around looking. I'm not really looking for what Garrison's looking. I just came along, so he didn't go alone.
Okay.
So I'm just walking
Fucking
around,
make yourself
looking
useful.
up at everything.
Useful. Come on, like look for
No,
shit.
Like, no, I don't want to. I'm just here. Garrison, go ahead and give me a perception check, if you would, please.
That is going to be a 21.
21. Okay. You're going to I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of papers blown all over the floor. They are from like from blueprints to the reconstruction and rebuild of the city to various plans that have like, I mean, you don't know much about blueprints, but there's papers on it that say like reconstruction ideas, and then there's papers on it that say like new construction plans. So there's definitely varieties in what you're looking at, but they are anywhere from like small pieces of paper to giant scrolls that you've seen in the library before
Mhm.
that you literally have to like unroll on the floor in order to see the entire map and pin the corners down. So among these, and then of course there's like transcripts of who paid and where the money came from and who they owe, and then there's handwritten notes that are definitely in common, but the chicken scratches to such a degree that it's nearly impossible to see it. A lot of it's been like smudged as if they wrote it in a panic,
Mhm.
and as they were writing, their hand was scraping across the paper.
Mhm.
So you see like the smudge of the ink going across it. As far as the like as far as finding a paper that says this is why, there isn't one.
No, but like I'm just looking for like what's the most recent like dated thing here? Like is it a payment? Is it like
You're okay.
or
So
is there like a letter like like
yeah.
you
So
know
with that
report
roll,
from yeah.
so with that roll, you will find a letter that is written in giant, which you can read,
Mhm.
and it is a exchange between um, Varen Row. There is mention in the letter of Relictus and Derelictus, which as you read, Derelictus is described as a new construction project that the Giants were happy to help clear out until they discovered what the clearing out meant. And it doesn't go into description as to what that meant. They keep it very vague. It literally just says they were happy to help until they discovered what the clearing out process meant, and that they were moving up the date for the payment that they were promised. And then it was signed in giant.
Yeah, I think I know which giant.
And the name is the name signed on it is Dorak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's who I thought I'm pretty sure that's who I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
So three names in there are Ver Row, which you know is Relictus, Derelictus, which is the first time you're hearing about it, and then Dorak being the giant who signed it. But in terms of like the most recent, that's what you see. There's no like money figures or any of that.
Yeah. It clicked.
You do end up finding one piece of paper that has a lot of transactions on it, back and forth transactions between again in giant it says village of Sosir, Relictus, Derelictus, Salvetti. And it looks like there's transactions back and forth between those four. And they are from thousands to hundreds of thousands back and forth between the four. The closest date when it stops is a week ago.
About a week ago. Sorry.
Okay.
Merida, do you go into Taberna even though it's flooded out?
I'll probably peek my head in just to make sure, like, no one's like injured or in like.
Go ahead and give me a perception check if you don't mind.
This is better.
That's a 9.
Okay. Everything looks fine. You do see that the wall behind the bar is still fully stocked. There doesn't appear to be any signs of life or tampering inside the building as far as you can see, other than the water that is slowly beginning to creep across the floor and rise. However, in here, you are not fully submerged in water because you are now elevated above it, but it is coming into the building.
First time someone stole from Taberna.
What would you like to do in here, if anything?
There is no sign of life. However, the bar is fully stocked.
Yes.
Fuck, I'm gonna go grab like 2 bottles and then run.
This one.
Okay.
This one.
Grab 2 bottles. Go ahead and make sure you mark those down. And then you said you're leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Run back out and splash.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Um
go out and like cannonball into the water and swim back towards Gladys.
okay. Yorick, you trudge your way through this water. Again, oddly enough, you're still not used to it, even though you've been wearing it for a while, but everything underneath your robe is what's getting wet. Your robe is not carrying any of the water, but of course you're submerged, so it really doesn't matter. You do make your way to one of the southern regions of Salvetti. And again, as you're going by, you're noticing like the difference between when you were in Salvetti before and being in Salvetti now is night and day. You were here before and you were walking down this exact same street. There wasn't any water, 4 feet up, but everything was fallen apart or leaning or in the middle of construction or boarded up or whatever, what have you. Now you're walking down and everything is polished and primed and painted and was beautiful until the town started flooding. You get to you get to where you either remember your parents living or where they should be staying, and the door is wide open. Oddly, there has been zero destruction, again, other than the obvious, the entire time you've been coming through here. But you get to this building that you remember your parents describing and saying that they lived at. You remember them saying, blue building. I mean, your dad's color coding. Light blue building, purple shutters, white trim. Odd, but uniquely tailored to him. You come to this building. That's the one right there. The front door is wide open, but it's busted off its hinges. The 2 windows at right next to the front door are blown out. The curtains are torn and hanging outside the building. And as you look in, there are 2 blood trails that are dried to the floorboards that are leading either up the staircase or down the staircase. You can't really tell if they're leading into the building or leading out of the building.
Fuck this shit, I'm not getting in.
Don't know what you said.
All right. I'm going to go in and investigate.
Okay. You investigating with your eyes or your hands?
Eye, hands, everything.
Make an investigation check for me and tell me what you're doing.
Oh, sick. That is a 19,
Okay.
and I'm going through each of the rooms, trying to find anything like it could be a clue.
Okay. The first thing that you're going to note, well, I mean, are you starting on the bottom floor? Are you going up to are you going up to where you know they slept? Like, where are you beginning?
I'm gonna start with their room.
Okay. As you step into the front door, not only is the water level now beginning to go into the house, which you know, water even on dried blood is going to start washing away any of the evidence that's dried there. It is slowly starting to creep across the floor. But as you walk in most of the mud room, as you would call it, that first room you walk into the house where you normally take off your shoes or hang up your coat or whatever it is. Not only do you have the blood trails, but the desk that's like right to your right is toppled over, and the drawers are broken, and there's papers and jewelry and shit scattered everywhere. And then over on the left you see the cane that your dad would sometimes walk with, the umbrella that he would sometimes carry, the backpack that your mom would carry around, on the floor, broken, torn apart, and just scattered. But you're looking around, and there's expensive shit over here that wasn't touched other than being tossed. There's expensive shit over here. It does not look like it was a home robbery, because there's also
Did you get it, Garrison?
there's
I
also
did
expensive there's also expensive paintings and artwork and all that shit that your parents would gather on, their own digs, hanging up on the walls. They're not really big into leaving space on walls. They hang, if there's a space, they put something there. And that's still everywhere. All of these priceless relics are still everywhere, still hanging up, as well as like the embarrassing family portrait that sits right next to the staircase that you've had to look at every time you've come home. And as you start making your way up the stairs, going toward your parents' bedroom, or where you at least remember where the bedroom is, there are remnants of little torn pieces of your father's favorite jacket, just hanging on several of the steps. And little like tumbleweed balls of your mother's hair going up the stairs. And as you approach the top, this is where you can start seeing footprints, from bare footprints to muddy prints of the shape of like tactile boots going in every direction. These, you can see, are leading up the stairs, to the left, to the right, straight ahead, and back down the stairs. So they are literally like circling in every direction. And you see more blood spatter going across the wall. As you look to the right toward your parents' room, there's blood splatter going along that part of the wall. That some of it's dried to the wall, some of it doesn't look very dry. And then the up on that hallway, there's a railing that keeps you from, hopefully it's you, so we don't know, but there's a railing that should keep you from falling off that balcony down onto the floor next to the staircase. That railing is actually busted through and broken. Like just popped, like something or someone was thrown through it. As you look off to the left to where the like the laundry washroom would be, or where the bathroom would be, there is more blood splatter, but it's up on the ceiling. It's on the floor. It's across a lot of the artifacts that your father hung up here. Again, you come up here and the artifacts everywhere. Everywhere. Like, why would he hang that there? It's crooked. Everywhere. Like, if he could fit if there was this much space between two of his plates and he could put a sword there, he hung it. And then like part of the sword would be covered up by the roundness of the plates or the corner of whatever was there. He just everywhere. It's all over the place. But there's blood splattered all over those.
I'm gonna prepare. I'm just gonna prepare myself for anything, and I'm gonna call out to my parents. Just, Mom, Dad.
Nothing. No response. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
With you.
Fucking echo, man.
Bless you, chat.
I'm gonna backtrack, follow the blood that was downstairs. What's left of it.
Okay. I mean, following the trail, it goes down the stairs and leads right out the front door. But that bottom floor is now slowly being creeped up on by water. Oh, as a point of interest, Cammy and Steven, not to take away from yours, Cammy and Steven, Steven, by the way, you found 2 vases. One of
Awesome.
them that is a very like, it looks like it was worked on for quite a while. It's made out of clay, partial glass, and it's got very unique floral designs on it. I mean, when you pick it up and you shake it out, it does look like ashes come out of it.
Oh.
Another vase that you find is it's literally just a plain silver. Feels more like some kind of thin metal, like aluminum maybe, but there's no designs on it whatsoever. It's shaped more like an hourglass. And then you find a couple of end tables. You find a 2-person couch, otherwise known as a love seat. Nothing really. I mean, if you're to you, it looks fine with your intelligence roll of 13. To you, it looks fine, and it looks like it could be useful. The Cammy, you would see that like the wood on the end table looks like it's a little bit warped and waterlogged, and the couch is definitely soaked. But you see Steven just kind of going over and like, this is great. So that's, and as a point of interest, the 30-foot geysers that are blowing up out of the water are slowly starting to come down.
That's good.
Yorick, back to you. Again, the trails. You can't. What you can deduce from going upstairs is that the trails started upstairs and they were actually leading down toward the door. But again, it's the blood trails do not start upstairs. They don't lead to either of the rooms. Up there, it's blood splatter. So again, being able to tell if the drag marks were from the front door up or from the stairs down, but following them down the steps, they end going out the front door. It would be impossible at this point to tell if they continued out the door because the water would have taken care of everything outside. And the water slowly starting to creep across the floorboards is starting to wash away even the dry blood on the floorboards. But you called out to your parents. There was no response. Looking down the hallway toward the room, when you were upstairs and another detail, when you were up on the stairs looking down the hallway, not only did you see the broken railing and the blood up on the walls, you did see that the bed that they slept in was literally like torn apart. As if someone was either, because there was no blood on the mattress, but it was either as if like they tried to stab them on the bed and missed, or they were literally ripping the bed apart to try and find something. Like the stuffing inside the mattress was on the outside. Like they were practicing gutting techniques. It was just everywhere.
Almost like they were looking for places to stash, like that people would stash a necklace in or something like that. It's weird.
Yeah, and that is kind of weird.
No way. You can't. No way.
I am going to. I'm going to go into my parents' room and I'm going to look for the amulet.
Give me another investigation. In the interim, Merida, you would have made it back to Gladys by now with your 2 freshly uncorked bottles of alcohol. Garrison, did you stick around and look for more, or did you head back?
I mean, if that's all I find, that's all I find. I'll take Vidar and head back.
Okay. So you guys would have gone back. So at relatively the same time, believe it or not, that Merida from Taberna would have swam back, you guys would have flown back. So as you're all recollecting at Gladys, you also notice that the 30-foot geysers are now at about 15 feet and slowly dropping down. The water level is now at about 4.5 feet. So again, keep that in mind for your character height. But the geysers are starting to drop. Malador,
Yeah.
what did you do for your roll?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't remember. I'm gonna.
Good.
Want me to just re-roll?
No, it was a 21. Because I heard an also in there after a 21. It was a 21.
It was a 21.
So,
oh, okay.
You went into the captive's quarters. Sit down, quiet your mind. Even though you have about 3 voices bouncing around in there. Quiet your mind, and you call out to the rider. What would you like to say? How would you like to begin the conversation?
All right, Mr. Ryder. Shit is at the fan. I want to make a deal.
I love deals.
I know you love deals. I know deals was going to be the first thing you were going to hear and just be like, yeah, let's do it. So I want to make a deal where I can get my father and my mother here without any precautions and the squid people gone and just make things easy for me.
So, you want to be able to tear your parents out of another plane of existence. Not just any plane, but a literal plane of prison. In exchange for what exactly? There are two sides to a deal.
What would you want?
Oh no, that's not how this works. What are you willing to give?
Mm.
You are asking for a very dangerous and a very tall order, so it better be good.
Well, you already kind of have my soul, so really,
Mm, mm, mm.
what else do I have to give you?
I want the Amulet of Shadows.
Oh,
And why is that?
The beautiful part about a deal is you're coming to me. I do not have to explain myself. Do you
Got a
want your
point.
parents free or not?
Can I ask what the Amulet of Shadows will do for us? Because us is the same person, same thing.
Mm. There is no us in this one.
Surely there's got to be an us, because you're kind of inside of me.
Do you want to make the deal or not?
We'll talk about it when I find the amulet. Click.
Okay.
And now I'm going to cast Identify on my golden sword.
Oh, not the katana, the golden sword?
No, I want the golden sword. Because it can't do funny things without knowing what it is.
The golden sword is just a really nicely crafted golden sword.
Well, no, you told me that it was illusion, it was magic, and it was illusion, and it was, hold on, I can tell you exactly what I wrote down. Divination and illusion. It is the knight sword, remember? The knight
Well,
of
here-
the...
Yes. Because you did do detect magic on it.
Yeah, we knew it was magic, and I knew that part, and now I just needed to identify it, and that tells me what it does, basically.
The divination part was that it can only be used by those that are
What am I, Thor?
No, it can only be used by those that are true believers and followers of that holy religion. That's the divination part. The illusion part is simply that, well, this one you might actually like. First of all, you won't be able to use the full potential of the sword, is what Identify is telling you, because you're not a follower or a believer of that religion. However, the illusionary part is that the wielder is actually able to hide themselves in plain sight in the heat of battle. So like,
So
if
it's
you
kind of
were,
like my Rip It ring, my Rip It and Spin It ring.
no, not really, because the Rip It and Spin It literally makes you disappear. This one, you would be standing right in the heat of battle with everyone around you, and as you're swinging it, they can't detect where you are. You could be within 2 feet of them.
So
And
as
they
long as I have the sword out, I can't be seen, is what you're telling me?
You'd have to be a true follower and believer in that particular religion
Okay.
in order to use it fully. That is the divination part.
Got you.
However, if you were, then yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
What?
And Identify doesn't tell you that.
It doesn't tell me what religion is.
It doesn't tell you what the religion is, no. You know that it was used in the war by, from what Yorick told you, holy crusaders, like the holiest of holy, like the Dalai Lama of holiness. But you don't know what the religion is.
All right. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go outside now.
That's kind of why I didn't bother writing that one down. because no one
'Cause
on
I-
this crew can use it anyway.
I don't think I really even have anything for.
But listen, it's a good bartering tool. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I could sell it.
I love the fact that you traded that box away for it because you never found out what was in the box.
I kind of want to know what is in the box. I don't know.
What's in the box?
You know what's in the box. It's Paltrow's head.
Yeah, Gwyneth
Yeah,
Paltrow.
probably.
Well, no, in this world it's Brad Pitt's head. We're backwards.
The fucking what is the puzzle from Hellraiser?
You are yeah, exactly. You are going to notice one thing when you get up
Open
from
the
your
box,
commune
not
is your nose is slightly bleeding when you stand up.
Me?
Mhm.
Oh shit. Okay. I like it. Makes sense.
Not like pain, just when you stand up, it's kind of you know that it's there. It's slightly bleeding. You kind of catch yourself in the mirror in the captain's quarters.
I need to find York. Me and him gotta have a talk.
Okay.
I'm dealing with
So-
a family crisis. Hang on.
So Merida, Garrison, Vidar, Cammy, and Steven, you guys are all collected back at Gladys where you were before. Garrison, you will immediately notice a small collection of various furniture items that Steven has gathered with the help of Cammy that he is now attempting to bring on to Gladys.
If
And,
Malcolm would see them, he
Fucking
would
shit
know
out
about it to
here.
everybody
oh
else.
no, she like this is. I mean, you listen. You control Gladys, but you're all kind of part of her crew. She
Right.
knows who you are now.
That's good.
So as Steven is going, please, she's dropping the tentacles and
Hell yeah, I like that. I
Picking
like
them
that
up.
She's kind of getting used to them.
she does wrap her tentacle around the glass and clay vase that had the ashes in it and smashes it. Accidentally breaks it on the way up.
Not the ashes, no.
which the remainder of the ashes just go like a cloud and just sprinkle into the water down below. The steel one makes it though. She just brings that up. The
Shit.
2 end table she brings up, the waterlogged couch. She's lifting the love seat up and it's just dripping as she lifts it up, just giving you guys like a weird rotten cloth shower as she brings it up onto the deck.
Help us if we get cursed.
If Malfoy saw everybody standing down there, he would have had them also grabbed.
Who?
Everybody.
Oh, Malador, you would have had her grab.
Oh yeah. As soon
them
as
or
he
the
saw
furniture?
them, yoink, yoink, yoink,
Yeah.
and the furniture, all of them.
Okay. So as you guys are, as you guys are all gathered down, just kind of watching her bring all of these various pieces of furniture up, she starts grabbing Cammy, just once again, that uncomfortable,
Of course
right
it's
around,
Cammy
brings you up.
first.
Steven grabs you, brings you up.
I'm
So
gonna fly
she was looking
Vidar
like
up.
here.
Yeah, I gotcha. You'll fly Vidar up. Merida, you're grabbed and brought up, and you don't see Yorick anywhere. None of you do. None of you actually really paid attention to where he went either.
No one ever does.
No, not really. He just kind of disappears, and people are like, "Where'd he go?"
Sent this part too.
Synthesis part 2. You're not wrong. But yes, you are now all up on the. You're now all up on the deck of the ship. Half of your body are otherwise waterlogged with these just weird soaked pieces of furniture that were floating around. He ended up getting like a twin size bed. The love seat the love seat where like half of it's kind of slanted down, and then like waterlogged like a waterlogged chest and 2 end tables, couple of chairs, and then the one vase that survived. That is what you got up on the deck right now.
Aldor's gonna look over to Steven. Hey, you got some furniture.
I did some foraging.
He also
Why is it all wet?
Because
Well,
'Cause
Look-
your ship
look
is
down
covered
there.
I
in
mean, yeah,
slime.
but you couldn't have tried to pick. You couldn't have went to like maybe a house that didn't have water collapsing into it and just stole the furniture from there. I mean, you're already stealing furniture. Couldn't have just stole the dry furniture?
It'll dry out.
No, it won't.
No, it
The
won't.
sh-
Look
the
at that
ship
damn
is
couch.
covered in slime. Like,
Look-
what do you
look at-
mean?
Well, at least the vase is nice.
I'm pretty sure one of those vases had ashes in them.
Okay, well,
Garrison's having severe PTSD right now.
well, if they didn't take it, then it's clearly not important.
I don't know,
Fair.
man.
It's true. It's probably someone's cat or something.
Oh my god.
Hey, Cammy, I never asked you. Where are you from?
Ozymandias. It's
Well,
I
where
think
the fuck is
south
that?
of here. It's very small.
Small.
Sorry, did you
It's
say
not. It's not on those
Ozymandias?
maps. Ozymandias.
What kind of people are there? I've never
It's
heard
like
of it.
seven families. It's a farming community.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Think they're alive? A lot of people like to die.
I hope they're alive. Oh god, what if they're not alive?
Speaking of
Oh,
dead
fuck.
parents, Yorick, what do you got? What are you doing?
Speaking of
Timmy
family,
sits
that
down on the
might.
wet couch. Just
On the wet couch.
So when you sit down on the couch, it's like slightly lean to the left a little bit as you sit down. You sink into the cushion, and it feels like you're back down in the water. The water from the cushions just creeps up over your legs and just goes. Sit down, and you're pushing the water up out of the cushions a little bit as it drips more onto the slimy floor of Gladys.
Have
well, I've
Malador
committed to it now.
And you're-
sit on it.
I mean,
Up a little bit.
you're kind of in like a mind panic, so you barely notice it. But the rest of you guys do hear it. You hear her sit down on the couch, and it like as she sits down in the middle of the couch, it bows downward while it's also leaning to the left. Yeah. So like the bottom of it's about 6 inches off the floor right now. All right.
Here, take this. Don't worry about your kids. And he's gonna give her the gold sword.
Kids?
Don't worry about
Kids, I meant to say family. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Don't worry about your kids. You know, fuck them. You know,
Here's a sword.
Fuck those kids.
here's a sword. Fuck
Your kids
fuck
might
those
be dead.
kids.
Here's a sword.
Here's a sword. Here's a beautiful golden sword. Fuck those kids.
Okay, what?
It's a
What
black
do I
and
do
gold
with this?
sword. Take it. I don't want it.
Basically, it's a black and gold. Essentially a short sword, beautiful blade, well crafted, where the gold is actually like lined around the edges and then very intricately like laced throughout the blade. The handle is like crested with diamonds that are various colors, but it's just for beauty.
Hit me with
It's just for
What?
aesthetic.
Hit me with it.
No.
Hit me with it. I want to see if it does something. Hit me with it. Do it.
Okay,
Come on,
so
hit me.
With it.
okay, so while the rest of you are listening to Malador try to get himself killed by Cammy, Yorick,
I got a 22.
you were looking for the amulet, right?
Yes.
I mean, as you walk into the room, it's very clearly already been tossed and very well looked through. Dresser drawers are on the floor and broken apart. Clothing, jewelry, paperwork scattered all over the place. You don't find it. Like as you get closer to the bed, you can also see that the cushioning has been like hollowed out of the mattress. So what you're seeing on the outside of it's the remnants of the inside of it. Like you can look through the top of the mattress and see the floor underneath it. The closet that is in the room, the door has been broken off. Everything in there has been tossed and scattered and torn through.
I might something.
Thank you.
So no, you are unable to find it. You do find the you do find among the jewelry the locket that your father gave to your mother that has the as you open it, it's the three of you in a tiny picture and a heart-shaped locket as a family heirloom, but that's the most important thing you find in here.
And I'm gonna take that. Beep.
All right. So what are the okay? So Cammy, you said you tried to hit him, or you just
Well,
tapped
I
him?
like tap him with it,
Okay.
like the flat end.
Yeah, nothing
No,
happens.
hit me! Hit me!
What? I did.
No! You need to get some oomph in it.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna hurt you.
Do it. Trust, I'll be
Okay.
fine.
I can swing at him half-heartedly.
Roll to hit.
13.
No.
That's what you
Yeah.
He doesn't even dodge. Like it. Like you get him with it, but it doesn't even like pierce through his normal armor.
Are you
Nothing
happy
happens.
now?
Yeah, you just keep the sword.
Okay.
It's on me. It's welcome to the crew gift. Yeah.
All right.
We got guys. We should probably find York.
Does he usually disappear? Is this like a thing he does?
We all disappear.
It's a
Oh,
running
okay.
theme with York-esque characters.
Right.
Should
Like, I'm not-
If
Like
it-
I don't know if it's the character or if it's the person holding the controller, but they always seem to disappear. I don't know.
And die.
And then they get eaten by a
And then they
sandworm.
disappear.
What the fuck?
Was that a vacuum cleaner?
Is that jet engine going by?
Just taking off.
That was my fan. Sorry, it freaked out on me a little bit.
Gotcha.
So should we be worried about him if he does this a lot, or do you think
Yeah,
he'll come
we
back?
he stole something from me and I want it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
What did he steal from you?
Was it on your person?
Yes, I think. I can't remember, but I know it was mine.
What?
You remember
made it
the
yours?
black amulet? You know, remember the crystal thing, the black crystal that was mine. I got it from Nier, I think. I got it from Nier. I got it from Nier, right? Out of the things I grabbed. Okay.
Yep.
That's what I
Because
thought.
you gave him the giant Gary head. It was one of the things he let you grab.
Yep. I got it from Nier.
You've already lost it?
No, he fucking took it from me, and I'm gonna kill him if you don't give it back.
Did he take it from you, or did you give it to him?
And forgot about it.
I gave it to him to
So
identify,
he did
and then I
take
took it back, and then now he has it. I did not give it back to him.
so then
What's
how do you know
suspect?
you didn't just lose it?
It was on me. The motherfucker he should have had it. I was on me, and he had to have taken it from me.
Why don't we
Anyone
all
could have
just
taken it from you.
sit down on the love seat
Then
and
how
relax?
does he not have it? I don't want to
Not
sit on your
sitting up.
stupid fucking water couch.
Not sitting on
Like a
that
water
couch.
bed.
Hey,
And there's something
Steven-
funky about
Steven,
you
you
too.
did good.
Remember when the
You did good.
motherfucker said you weren't you or something?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what's that
yeah.
up with you,
What's up with
goat
that?
man?
what do you
should
mean by
probably-
that?
check in
Oh
on that.
yeah,
How
we
about
should
how about you
totally
open your
kill
damn
him.
lips
Are you
now?
anticipating a famous author? Was I about to get a fake signature?
Well, I haven't
Cover
killed me
blow.
yet,
Come on, say something. I'll kill you.
so clearly you trust me.
I was
Yeah,
just
so
question
you
it
wanna,
now.
you
Or
wanna
at least you
elaborate
did.
on that, sir?
Hand on fire.
Family Christ. I would be
Can-
present for this chaos.
I God, I
Tell
fucking hate
us
that
or
thing.
die.
Can I trust that this will never leave any of your mouths ever again?
I've said some wild shit while drunk, so probably.
What if I repeat
Yeah,
it
we
after
probably-
you've said it in shock?
Just tell
Like
us
as an
you fucking
exclamation.
loser.
Promise.
Vidar slowly
I-
starts putting away his journal. Yes.
I honestly am probably gonna forget what you're about to tell us anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's probably not even important.
Because if anyone else knows this, I'm gone.
You're about to be
It'll
gone
be the
either
last
way,
of me.
so
Okay, well, I am not the real Stephen King.
what?
What?
Wow, that's so surprising.
So I was about to get a fake signature.
I mean, I wrote those books.
So you're not Stephen
Wait.
King.
So
Wait,
you're
but you
You're
wrote
not,
the book.
insight check. Insight check.
Yeah.
I'm insight checking this
So you-
motherfucker.
You are Stephen King because you wrote the books.
I wrote the books.
Give me an insight check, and Steven, do either
Natural.
deception or persuasion.
Well,
What'd
I'm
you
gonna
roll?
win that no matter what.
What'd you roll?
Natural 20.
For a what?
For a 21.
Well, his automatic is 23, so
Damn.
Okay, 14. That's a 27.
there you go.
Um,
You can't roll lower
Without
than a
advantage.
23.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
So you wrote the book,
Yeah.
correct? So you are the author, and the author is Stephen King.
so is it like a
you are Stephen King?
No.
So who is
So
Stephen
you-
King?
So you need to elaborate
What's
on
your
that.
name?
He was a sailor I
Oh.
met. Who knows where he? I dumped him in a river.
You
What
killed
the
him.
I have done a lot of things I'm not proud of.
So
All right.
You know, listen, I took the headphones off, and I did not realize I was walking back into this backstory dump from Mr. Steven. Fill me in on what I've missed, please.
They
No,
were
let's-
interrogating.
He wanted
Yeah,
us to sit on the love
Let's
seat.
before you open your lips.
Hold on, they're interrogating you, but it's not like is anyone holding a blade to your throat, or did you just decide
I'm
to
on fire.
tell everything?
I mean, if
No.
I don't tell them, they're gonna kill me.
Okay, fair enough.
It's
I don't
kind of
think
stacked
that-
against me.
I got you.
I'm confused. So you killed the satyr and took his name before you wrote the books,
Mhm.
and that was his name. But but technically,
Was he
So
an
what's your real name?
Yeah, what's your name?
The name I used before this one was Zeron.
So why are you wanting a different name? What did you do? Is that why you want a different name?
Not the name that was in
And-
that fucking notebook. Hold on, I gotta
I'm-
bring up my notes.
Like I said, I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of.
How about you
Sometimes you
spill
just need to
beans?
rest
We'd like to know what kind of shit could
Okay.
be brought up back on us.
I want you to think about this for a second. Why would Ro, the leader of Relictus, call on some random author from a faraway kingdom to go do an important quest for her?
I mean, you do got a point.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
thought that was
fast.
kind of weird.
Garrison.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So the Garrison just gonna be like, that's the name that was in that notebook.
What name?
Notebook?
What
Zeron.
name?
Well, what, notebook?
Zeron. I knew that name was familiar.
What
Yeah.
are
What
you
are you talking about,
about?
Garrison?
That's the name in the notebook that I got.
The name in what notebook?
from
The
Aber,
only keep
Oh yeah, the
It's Abbott.
notebook.
the guy that we he
Yeah,
self-emulated himself in.
yeah, we killed a
Guardian.
guy.
Okay, so
With
you're telling
fire.
me
He killed himself. We did not kill him.
I mean, we
be
kind of
very
made it
clear.
happen.
but he okay, so you kind of made it happen. you found a list of our names on his person and you decided to kill him and not interrogate. Why would you do this?
Why? Because he was going to
Accident.
come after us, and we already had enough people after us.
Also, he
Well,
was an
you-
asshole in the bar to York, and I didn't like that very much.
Only I could be an asshole.
I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a crazed warrior going between dimensions, hunting us down. Not to mention the Thinkers and any other slew of
Any one of those motherfuckers
enemies.
popped up just now, and we're
Taking
all dead.
one off the board seemed like the best idea.
Listen,
We're starting the Sinister Six here, guys.
the only reason why Ro picked me for that quest was because when I was acting as Zeron, I was with the Brotherhood.
All
I
right,
betrayed
I'm
them.
killing him.
We went out, did a raid. Everyone was sleeping. I grabbed what I could and I ran. I just-
Why?
Because that's
Why
how it
did
is.
you
Well,
Trade
it's a good thing that
He
the
had a better reason.
guy who found out your identity is now dead.
Well, he could have had buddies. You don't know that. The only reason why Ro knows is because Ro knows everything.
Well, I mean, he's dead, and any evidence that he has is with me. So
How do you know he couldn't have told? He clearly had been like stalking us, doing his research. Who else could know about that? I have been enjoying myself. I've been
mean,
writing books. I've been going on like little fairy tale adventures across the
Cammy.
lands, and I've been
Message.
doing great. And I was happy. I didn't have to worry about if when I went to sleep I might not wake up the next morning. I didn't have to worry about who is chasing me. I thought I did a good job covering myself.
I want to do another
I
inside check.
mean, again,
You're not gonna win it.
Yeah.
you should be still worrying about if you go to sleep at night and you're not going to wake up because again, we have an interdimensional crazed soldier hunting us.
Before that,
He does have a point.
Yeah,
By
before
official
that you were fine.
conversation.
Yes, and then you joined this group, and
because
I don't know if you've noticed,
bro,
but
when someone threatens you with your secrets, are you going to listen to them or are you going to let them tell everyone?
wait, Rose.
So you have more
with your-
secrets.
Yeah,
No,
Rose-
that
Rose
was the
threatened him.
secret. And
threatened him with
somehow
those secrets.
that stupid little alien fucker knew exactly what happened.
Alien fucker.
The damn person with the dog things.
Dog things.
Oh, the creature
In
from
hell,
hell.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's like a deity type thing. I mean, you can't think that you fooled a god. Like,
See, I was
Like-
everything was perfect. And
Was it
that-
Still are perfect as long as you don't double cross us.
do you see where we're at? Would you call this perfect though? Like,
Well, I thought maybe if he gets us, okay. If we get him, great. I can go back to singing songs about how great the king is and writing horror novels. Nope,
Yeah.
not anymore. Because
Yes.
clearly,
how? Well, you don't know that yet.
well, more people than this little group right here in Row know about me.
Well, maybe if you did just open your mouth, I don't know.
What do you want me to You ask me about my past. If I say nothing, you're gonna kill me. If I lie, you might be able to tell, and then you're gonna kill me. It's better for me to just tell the truth. I trust you people. You have protected me, and I have protected you.
I
mean,
trust
you
you
have
people.
no
I thought you were gonna kill me, but I trust you.
Yes. If
Listen.
if someone you're
listen.
close with is keeping secrets and they won't tell them, what are you
Exactly.
gonna do?
Exactly. Look, I don't care if you're my best friend. If your secret is gonna put my life in jeopardy, I'll beat you half to death to get the truth out. Doesn't mean I don't care about you.
I'm scared.
You're
True.
well, your secret's safe with us. I mean,
Yeah. All you had to do was tell us the
No.
truth from the beginning. We wouldn't.
Clearly, it's
Tried to
not
kill-
because someone else knew about it.
I mean,
We'll cross
all
that bridge
we're
when we come to it. I
together,
guess.
we won't die.
Well, do you know who that man could have been working with?
Wasn't he with York?
York
So,
probably
York-
knows something about
Yeah,
it.
York
York
Probably
knows
be
him.
really
More
interested
than
in
us.
York.
There's York.
That's another great question.
Because I feel like there's some sort of connection between me and him that's either of us don't fully understand yet. Because when we were in that alternate reality, me and York had been adventuring buddies, and we had written all these stories, and now there's this. Like,
I mean, I see the way you two look at each other. I mean, I can
Okay.
tell.
Jealous big spoon noises. Yorick, speaking of which, not to derail, just real quick, would you have gone back to Gladys by now, or are you still looking?
I'm gonna look for anything like that would tell who did this or what. Well, I know why.
I mean, other than I'll save you the trouble. Other than what I've described, there's really not much left in here. There's no sign of either of your parents other than the hair and the pieces of the coat that are going on the stairs, whose ever blood this is, and the torn up, demolished parts of their house.
I'm gonna take the locket from my mom's and the my dad's cane and back to Gladys.
Okay. All right. So, as if arriving on cue, Stephen, when you finish your sentence of "Where is Yorick?" you see him starting to trudge back through the water. The geysers are now completely done. It's now like someone turned them off, and you just have that little remnants of water coming out, as if the hose is still trying to push what's left out. But the pressure and the geysers are now completely done. The level of the water on the ground is now at about 6 feet. So, Malador, you're swimming.
I never was off the ship, my friend.
Or Yorick, you are swimming. You cannot walk through this. But you do see him off in the distance down the road, starting to swim back toward the ship. Merida, have you broken into your booze bottles, or are you just chilling and listening to the conversation?
I'm just people watching and being entertained by the awkward stupidity that's happening, and I'm just like, okay.
Okay. I mean, believe it or not, the entire exchange that Stephen is talking about would remind you of what happened at your place and being cast out and being sort of but like actually kidnapped by Trock and his road crew and becoming kind of like a hidden away circus clown.
Gotcha.
It does remind you of that whole section of your life of being hidden away and or Trock using fake names when he introduced you to people, and never really understanding why.
Do you hear the fan?
No.
Barely when you talk.
What? Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So, what is everyone doing now?
Do I see York in the water?
Yeah, he would. I mean,
I'm gonna grab him with Gladys.
okay. Yeah, so you swim up and you're forcefully fished out of the water.
Actually, I'm not. When Gladys has him, I'm not gonna let go of him with Gladys. I'm just gonna raise him to me.
Okay. Yorick, do you try to fight this?
And you let me go.
Give me my amulet. I see it on your neck.
My patron gave this to me.
Yeah, right, motherfucker, because that was in my pocket. I got it from Nier.
I promise you, They gave it to me.
It wasn't theirs to give.
Are you gonna argue with a god?
You're a god, all right, and I have an angel in my head.
I don't think he's saying he's okay. I'm sorry.
I'm not high enough for any of this conversation.
I miss that so much.
Amulet.
What a respectful way to ask people for things.
It wasn't his. It was mine.
Look, I'm really not in the mood for this right now.
Let him
Don't
down.
care. What are you gonna do about it, Goat Man?
I
Didn't
need
you
to
lie
talk
to
to
us?
This is more important than some amulet.
Fine, I'll put you down. Put him down.
Plop.
I do need your help, though, with a different amulet. If you want to keep that one.
I'm not really in the mood to talk right now.
Oh, they knew.
We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
I need some space. He's gonna go down into the bunkers.
I'm gonna follow him.
I think I handled that well, guys.
Yeah. York, what's going on? Before he goes down the stairs, what'd you find?
It's not what I found, it's what
What you didn't find. Wasn't it?
yes.
Now, are you did you stop and respond, or did you say this as you were walking down the stairs?
As I'm walking.
Okay. And Steven, you said you're following him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm just gonna look back. What the fuck does he mean? What he didn't find? Like,
Merida's just gonna kind of look and you might not understand it now, but give him some time.
okay.
Come
okay.
through.
I mean,
I love when we find out our teammates having secrets. It's just the greatest experience.
Steven, you move at relatively the same pace, and so what do you?
York, who was the man in the bar that exploded?
Who starts a conversation like that?
That reminds me of that Peter Griffin thing when he's like, "What the fuck? I just sat down." Who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Thomas Jefferson. My God.
Jesus Christ.
You cut out.
Abrick?
Yeah, him.
You said what about him?
Who was he? Who did he work for? How did you know him?
He provided intel on the location of a particular amulet. One that I fear that may have got my parents killed.
So he collected intel for people.
That's how I knew where to start looking for this amulet.
Y'all killed a PI?
Private investigator.
He killed himself.
Okay.
He
Now-
killed himself, man.
Do you have
Semantics.
any idea why he would be looking into us?
looking into us. What do you mean?
Garrison said on before he died, he got a list off of him that had all our names, everything about us, except for me. It did not have my name. It had a name I used previously that I thought no one else, that only me and Ro knew about. That damn deity thing in hell. That's what it was talking about.
And Diggity.
Bob Deity.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you why you'd be looking into us. Maybe someone hired him to keep tabs.
But who would have hired him?
I don't know, maybe Zan.
Well, I need to figure that out.
Whose operations have we disrupted so much? I wonder.
We've
can
disrupted
think of,
a
I
lot
can
of
think of
operations.
I was gonna say I can think of
Yeah,
about
I can
half a
think of
dozen
like
people.
3.
But York, I feel like me and you could be connected in some way. This might be just grabbing at threads that aren't really there. But when we were in that little alternate timeline or whatever, me and you, we went on adventures together and wrote all these famous books. And now someone from your past is bringing up things from my past. It just seems odd to me.
That is rather strange.
I don't know.
I need to lie.
Me too.
He's gonna rub his face and walk over to one of the beds and lay down.
The slide bed, yeah. So comfortable. I hate this shit.
Steven's gonna do the same.
I hate this so much. I hate it here.
I hate it here.
I'm never gonna take my bed for granted again.
Take off towards Coast City.
We have this nice, comfy, saturated couch. If you wish to sleep on that.
There's also a
Instead of-
twin size bed that's saturated, but it's a real bed.
The slime bed or the saturated couch? I don't know.
Well, no, there's also a twin size bed that's saturated, but it's a real bed.
It's real
So
bad.
you've got the saturated couch, the saturated twin size bed that's too small for you, or the slime bed,
I will take the slime bed.
or the slime floor.
Or the slime walls, the slime
How
ceiling.
many slime beds are there? Was it specifically designed for this amount of people? No,
Yeah.
I don't have a place. Oh god.
Oh, you have
on the
You-
white
you
couch.
have a-
can take
you
my
have a
bed.
saturated
You can take my
couch.
bed.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I will.
It was-
Let's
it was
move it
designed-
downstairs.
It was designed for this group before you got here, so there is not a bed for you down there.
I
Just
don't
ask.
need to sleep. You can take.
That's
my
right.
stuff.
Garrison doesn't need to sleep, so you could
Okay.
take his bed.
You are welcome.
I sit down on the slime bed and then I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want this?"
So it
100
feels
100%.
relatively similar to the couch. So as it sinks in, it climbs up your legs.
you sure you don't
get
want
used
this?
to it. It doesn't stick to your clothing
Do
miraculously.
you,
but-
do you get used to it?
It does not stink. It does not stick to your clothing, no, but it
Can I
does
just have
feel
Gladys
similar
just
to a
slowly throw
waterlogged.
coral up her legs?
You can.
Yeah, I want that to happen.
Yeah, I want that to happen.
So as you sit down on the bed, just unbeknownst to you, you look down at the floor, and around both of your legs, these really, really thin, purple veins, almost like plant roots, just start climbing up your legs and sprouting underwater coral and very pretty flowers, believe it or not. With no with no scent to them whatsoever, but they just start climbing up your legs to about your knees and just kind of coat you in this weird
And
veiny.
Vidar wanted to bring children on this
Cool.
boat. Unbelievable.
Hey, fuck you, all right?
Hey, fuck you, all right?
I
Fuck
try
you
and lay
very
down
much.
without moving my legs.
Oh, I mean, like it's not stuck to the floor. Like as you move, they just you're able to free. They don't keep you there.
Okay.
They do eventually stop coming out of the floor, but you lay down, and the rest of the mattress does the same thing. As you lay down, and it just kind of climbs up your shoulders a little bit as you sink into the mattress, and just
Maladar, I guess head to Coast City.
All right, works for me.
you guys just left.
Yeah. Why are we going to Coast City again?
Because that's
Troc.
where Troc is.
Xander.
What do we need? What do we need Troc for?
He's
Because
gonna help
if
us fight.
Xander shows up and Troc's there, Troc will kill Xander with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I may end up killing Troc.
I may end up killing Troc as well.
I mean, how do we even know Troc is still there?
I'm 100% down to kill Troc.
Troc has unlimited food and unlimited hookers. Like, why wouldn't he leave? And
Why
unlimited
would-
Why
booze.
would he leave? Why would he
Why
leave?
would he leave? Yeah.
Yeah, why would he leave?
I guess you got a point.
But again, how do you guys know Xander's still there?
We don't even know Xander's here. Last we've seen him is in alternate dimensions, killing our alternate selves. So we
I mean-
actually have no idea if he's here or not.
Well,
And
he
again, we've only
told.
seen two of us get killed so far. We haven't seen anybody else getting killed.
No, we saw me and you and Merida.
And Vidar.
You guys didn't see
No,
Merida
not
and Vidar
Vidar, he
actually get
said-
killed, though.
Merida told us that Vidar and Merida got killed, and then he looked directly at her and said, "Tell Vidar I'm coming."
Yeah.
Yes, my
You
friend.
guys
That
are
is-
so weird.
Oh yeah, that brings you to this point. So Cammy, I mean, you kind of just joined us, but if you want us to drop you off somewhere, I don't know if you've seen what we've been dealing with.
Do
Seems
you
like a
have any
bit
secrets we
much.
need to know about?
No.
I know you kind of just joined us, and now we kind of just like are throwing you to the wolves. But
Yeah, is there like a daycare we could drop you off at or something?
I mean, again, you're still welcome to be an adventurer like us.
Yeah, after seeing what being an adventurer is like, I'm not sure I'm cut out for it. I just want to go home.
Where's
Yeah.
home?
It's south. It's. I don't know how you're gonna get there. There's no maps.
How did you get up here?
She was kidnapped in the house.
Yeah,
How do
But
you
didn't she
know
make
it's
it? Did she
south?
make it to Salvetti?
Oh,
because we were just.
She made it to Salvetti.
I've seen bigger maps. Like there's maps there that have it on the map because they've essentially put a sticky note on it and said, "We are here."
Is it a big place?
No, it's tiny.
well, we
Hmm.
can drop you off wherever if you want.
All right.
Is Coast City to the south?
No, it's to the east.
Yeah.
We can.
North is toward Relictus. East is Coast City from where you're at. South is right now Gaudium, Cooper Tandem, Gaudium, and then further from there. You do know that another far location to the south is the Draconian Mountains, where Vernon said he was from. And then none of you have really been beyond that. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
can't really take a detour, can we? Like, we're trying to get back to Coast City pretty fast.
Yeah, but we also can't bring this person that we just met to her death.
Yeah. So
Um,
Cammy,
she didn't
you
really sign up for this.
Well, nobody,
So,
nobody says we're dying.
so Cammy, you do know that your village is further south than the Draconian Mountains, but as far as like actual distance goes, you know that the Draconian Mountains is quite a distance from where you're at in Salvetti. It's about shit. What are that? Yeah, the Draconian Mountains is about 500 miles south of where you are right now, and your village is further from that. You did pass over them to get where you are.
A lot of hitchhiking.
Cammy,
and
do
that
you even
is-
know how long you've been gone?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a
fuck.
very good question.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
Years?
fuck.
Yeah, good question.
Give me a survival check, Cammy.
Oh, and all my dice are mixed together, so I don't know which ones are good. Shit. That's
Which
a
one
4.
would You have no idea.
Fuck.
It feels. I mean, like even the amount of time that you've been with this group feels way longer than it actually is because of all the crap you've been through since you got here. So your ability to gauge how long it's been, how long you were trapped in the card, versus like when you came up here to try and outsmart Ellen Wynn and disrupt what she was doing. You have no clue.
Yeah,
You have
but
no idea.
she should know the year. Like, what year is it? Like,
We
what
don't-
year were you captured?
There's not a school in Ozymandias, man. We just
think
know
they-
There's
spring,
still like
summer.
a
winter,
year of the
fall.
dog or something like that. That
Listen, Merida was doing nothing but reading books while trapped with Trock, and she doesn't even know what year it is. So it's not really been the primary focus of any of you.
Do you
guys,
remember
if
the
you
big
want.
war?
yeah, but that we should know what
Yeah.
year it is. Like,
How many years has it been since the Great War?
Well, you guys know that you vanished for at least 6 months into another timeline. She was trapped in a card in a deck built for Malador.
And he's
But
had
that-
that for
that
how
whole-
long?
yeah, that deck was in Balinор's pocket before that 6 months.
hmm
So,
So how long was she trapped?
it could have
How
been
long
years.
has she been away? I mean,
Very, very long.
That's what I'm trying to get. Like, all right, we know what year it is.
yes. So
So-
based on the year that you guys know it is versus Cammy when you left your village, you are able to. It's been at least 3 years that you've been gone, and that's if your calculations as to when you left your village are correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bert-
guys, maybe we should.
and if you guys are even getting the year right.
Does it really matter?
Yeah, guys,
I'm just saying.
Maybe we shouldn't go to Coast City. I mean, maybe going up that way, something different.
What?
I mean, we don't want to just leave her, you know.
I
I mean,
I
I,
know.
can hitchhike
I think-
back. Made it
That's
all
why I
the way
said
up
we're gonna
here.
drop her off.
I mean, come on now. You know, once we get up there, we're gonna find something running into us.
Get up where now?
Where she lives.
Oh,
You guys find trouble just about everywhere you go.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, again, my whole thing is like she didn't sign up for this fight that we have going on. she just joined us. If she wants to join it, then that's on her. But I mean, she's been away from her family for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'm looking at Cammy now, if you had family back at your village or whatever, but I don't know.
So, and they're probably terrified.
Then South Garrison.
I mean, I don't know. Can what's her name just
Really long way.
teleport us a good chunk of it?
I could ask her. Gladys, do you have any new teleportation ways of traveling? Not out of the realm.
You feel the floor kind of shake back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, and that's a no, Garrison.
Okay. All right, then just go. I don't know, Cammy, you know where your village is, right?
Yeah,
Just
I can
give them a direction.
back. No, it's south.
Can I make a I think we should skip those mountains where the fucking turtle was from. I don't want to run into him in case he's up there. I think we should just fly right across them.
I mean, the mountains are a big, yeah. I mean, yeah, we are gonna fly across the mountains.
I walked across just fine, so like, if you guys don't want to go, you can drop me off somewhere. I can hitchhike. I can.
I guarantee the odds of
Buy
you
a horse.
hitchhiking and surviving is
Made it all the way up here.
Probably about the same odds you had about going up against Elwyn Crow by yourself.
yeah, it's probably yeah.
And you see how well that turned out for you.
Got put in a card.
Meanwhile, I guess we should all put our cards on the table.
All right.
Since we all got kind
Not-
of
no, not yours.
not your cards. That's
Oh,
it's a
shit.
figure of
All right.
speech. You know, lot of secrets going around, and a lot of everyone holding on to information that other people should probably know. With that being said, I guess I'll go first.
So you know stuff.
I have stuff. So I'll bring out the notebook I got from what's his name?
From Abrick.
Abrick. Yep. All
Got it.
his everything that the notes that he had on us, names. I also am going to bring out the notebook I got from Ceres Corpse and the scroll as well.
Which was
And,
written in a language even you couldn't understand.
yeah, which is what I was going to look to York for and be like, hey, try to decipher these from Siri. I don't know if
When
you
he
can.
passes it, can I read any of it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope, it all looks like just babble and chicken scratch.
Right.
The scroll is all like very finely written, ink pen, the feather pen tip. Very, very well crafted calligraphy, but to you it looks like hieroglyphics. And then the notebook is some of it's like very rushed writing, and then some of it is concentrated and looks like they took their time. And then one page looks like it's written by one person, and then another page looks like it's written by another person. So the handwriting changes throughout the notebook, and then some of them, like half the page is one handwriting and the other half is a different handwriting. And then there's words that are crossed out and like arrows that are drawn and like little symbols that are on the side of it, or words that are written in the margins. It's very splattershot.
Yeah.
And the book, just because I'm an idiot, I gave you 3 names that were in his book. In
Did you give
Abrick.
me
I
the
think I
Abrick's
gave
book?
you 3.
Oh, did you? I think the only. Oh yeah, it was. I think it was like Roe, Xander, and right. No,
I think it was Yorick, Zeron, and there was one more.
I wrote down Zoran because that was the one name I didn't know. I think the other. I think the notebook was all us, our party.
Yeah, that's right. It was the yeah.
It was the whole
Um,
party, and then Zoran was the one name that was out of. That's why I
Yep.
wrote it down.
Yorick, you as he's showing you the book with the names in it, the information beneath your name spells out where your parents lived. Zeron, your hometown is very beautifully described, as if the one who wrote it had been there.
What's the hometown?
The kingdom that you used to sing at.
Quickminster?
Mm-hmm. Very beautifully described. There's like monuments that are scribed in there that you remember singing near. There's the tavern that you used to go sing at and drink at and chill out at. It's all described in there. What you guys are going to notice in this notebook is that each member of the team, underneath your name, it's close family members. It's the description of where you lived at one point or another. It is literally like route patterns.
What about mine?
Same thing.
I don't have any family members though.
It had your dad, it had your mom, it had your usual routes in Coast City.
Did it
Your
have my
brother,
weed dealer's
Adam.
name on it?
It has Charlie.
Does it really? That's
Yep.
funny.
Vidar, it's got your mom and dad. It has Xander. It has how'd I forget her fucking name?
Leitha.
That one. It even has the description of Darling.
Does it
without
have
the name.
anything about my dad?
It does indeed.
Can I read it?
And then Merida, it's got Tyr, it's got your grandma and grandpa, it's got your brother, Tal, the description of your village, and again, it's like literally your habits while you were in these places. Like at this time, they walked out of this place and walked over to this place and spoke to this person and that person. It's
That's
all very like interwoven, and then as it progresses, it's all separate, and then you guys get to other parts of that specific notebook from Abric, and then it's as the team started to come together, where you went, what you did, who you spoke to. Vidar, you said you wanted to read specifically about yours. Did you walked away? Okay. I can't.
Sorry, somebody was knocking on my fucking door at midnight.
Yeah.
Did you slap
Alright.
around a little bit?
No, it was the guys that have been staying with us.
I would have shot him. Anyway. But yes.
If it was anybody,
you
if it was
said-
anybody else, I would have.
Yeah. You said you wanted to read the part about your father specifically?
Yes, because my mother is dead, so I don't really care.
It is just basically the basic information about what he would do while he was still at home, and then the one part that catches your eye is after you had left. And basically, like as you're reading it, you're able to deduct from the times and the dates and everything that's in there when you would have been on the battlefield with Xander and met Leitha. And it's very like It's accurate to a point. There are a couple of parts in there that look like they're wrong based on your memory of like the times and dates that maybe they just guessed, but they were
Mhm.
close enough to be right. The parts within there, the route that specifically your father took was he went from your village to Sosir, the giants that you read about. So he had dealings with Sosir, which is a giant village and stronghold that Garrison found in the Royal Guard Palace.
Mhm.
Yep.
It carves a path of him going to Relictus, to Coast City, to Salvetti, and then oddly enough going back to his home village, and then the notes stop there.
His home village. He doesn't live up in the sky with all the other angels.
As far as you can tell, he went home
Where's home?
Heaven.
where you were raised.
That's not his home.
As far as you can tell, what the notes say, that is where he went.
I want to look over my notes.
If he's been living near me my whole life,
Just one street
Truman
over.
Show.
Yeah, because you spent this entire time thinking that he wasn't even on the planet.
yeah, that he went back up to the heavens. That's why he
And
cursed me.
And according to these notes, he has been on this rock for quite some time.
I have a question that I just thought of now.
What's up?
The payment transactions from Salvetti that I just got, do those numbers match up with the ledger in Siri's book? Because you said it was a bunch of price handoffs.
Yep.
Does it look like it matches up? Like,
It's a direct copy.
okay. So,
Interesting, my friend. Interesting.
yeah. With like finding that out, can I decipher a little bit from the notebook now?
The only thing that you can really decipher is the transactions. They're literally an exact replica. Like whoever wrote this part maybe even reached over and wrote this part. It's the same handwriting. and
Right,
it's-
but like so like next to the transactions, because I couldn't read the town names, but so now I kind of have like a key to go off of. So like the number transactions, it would have like Salvetti, Derelictus, and they would have used different letters in place of letters.
Yes.
So now I kind of like I have a decoder almost that I can go
Almost.
off of.
Yeah. What you're able to decode is that the towns match. The towns match, the prices match, the exchanges match. But everything like in between, written in different languages, the only thing like this might be this. This town matches this line, this number matches this one. This must be it. That's kind of your decoder. But you are able to tell that what is written in the paper that you got from the Royal Guard Palace, that transaction sheet, is also written in Siri's book.
Uh-huh.
And which line goes to which. After just a few minutes of just looking back and forth. Like say like this line, you're able to say like, okay, this is Salvetti to Relictus. This looks like it says 10,000 gold. This line looks like it would match.
Yeah. But so like so they have a word there that's supposed to be Salvetti, but it's something else. But like
Yes.
so
Yeah.
But yeah, so with that, I can't like even like given enough time, I can't break the deciphering and like read the rest of the notebook.
It would take a minute.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like given time, like would I be able to like
Yes.
figure it all out. Yeah. that's what I meant.
If you pretty, I mean, listen, if you succeeded on a series of rolls and spent the entire time that you guys are about to take her home or go to Coast City staring at these books, probably.
Would like to look over what he had on me.
I
You
mean,
downstairs.
he has the first time that he ever met you in Gaudium, and you guys basically the memory that Merida saw. The first time you ever met, and that he walked out, and then people came in to get you, and somehow you were able to slip away, and then you tried chasing after him, and then ran into this group in Cooper Tandem. He has about 4 different adventures of excavations with Trock. He has the excavation where your parents and Trock found the Amulet of Shadows.
So I have a question. Do these notes predate when we actually grouped up?
Yes.
So he's been following us even before all of this.
Yep. I had said that it was all individual, and then beneath, and then on other pages, it was when you all started to collect together. It's got like the goblin fight in Salvetti. It has
That's
Malador's.
way back.
It has Malador's mission from Relictus to go to Salvetti, and the fact that he never returned. It has the accidental kidnapping of Vidar going to Relictus. It has everything from when you were individuals to when you formed as a group, and then basically where the notes stop is when you guys disappeared to the alternate dimension in Coast City.
Mhm.
That is where they stop.
So this guy has been taking notes on us before we were even together.
Mhm.
So why would somebody be watching us even before we were even dealing with any of this?
I do not know, my friend.
That is the question we got to ask ourselves.
And I mean, Garrison, like you're basically like reading your memoirs of how much time you've had on the battlefield and how impressive you were out there and your body count. I mean, it's all
So I've never, my character has never been on the battlefield because the Thinkers stopped all the battles when my father was in it. Remember? So
which leads you to believe they're actually writing about your father. But they have your name. Remember when I said some of the dates and times don't add up?
Okay.
It does have your exchange with the redhead.
Yep.
Literally writes, he wandered into the room. Several hours later, he wandered out covered in blood.
Good time had by all. Let me tell you.
Has been avoiding the sunlight since. Like, yeah.
So yeah, thought we got some more answers and ended up with more questions, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
What we do-
Merida. Do you know what the Amulet of Shadows is? You roll with Yorick. I was gonna ask him, but now he's
Sleeping.
Can't
Steven is sleeping as well.
never personally heard of it.
Yorick took and ate one of the questionable apples before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a con save.
Great. More questions.
Because drugs.
Damn, babe, you're now let me turn on the lights. Yeah. And then he's covered in blood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's Garrison. Yeah. Yep. So Steven went to sleep. Yorick went to sleep. Cammy laid down.
That was a 17.
7. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess the question is, do you give in? Because you're able to. Do you give in, and how deep down the rabbit hole do you want to go?
Which is
This motherfucker thinks he's God.
You cut out.
just as far as I can.
Okay. So you are going to be on your slime mattress, and it's gonna actually feel like you eat the apple and then you lay down, and it's almost an immediate kick in where your entire body from head to toe starts feeling fuzzy, like your foot fell asleep, but it's everywhere, and you feel yourself starting to drift and sink at the same time. It's a very weird feeling, and you think you're seeing and feeling yourself literally being sucked into the mattress like Freddy Krueger or like Hellraiser. Like the mattress starts to eat you. And as you fall through the bottom of it, you're drifting into the clouds of all places. And it kind of reminds you of the first time you teleported with the book, where you were brought up into the sky, and then the openings of where you wanted to go started to burst. Only now you're just up in the clouds, and it's weird because like you're hearing wind but you're not feeling it, and you're hearing birds but you're not seeing them. And then you very quickly dive bomb down through the clouds, and you land on the ground like a speeding bullet. You land, but it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't damage the ground around you. It doesn't damage anything. And where you're standing isn't anywhere familiar to you. The only thing that you do recognize about this place is that it is a boulder that is roughly like 15 feet wide, 10 feet tall, with what looks like a door that's been carved into it. And then around this boulder is, it looks like it's a small village, at least. Like you don't really see people walking around, but it looks like there should be. It looks like there should be life here. And that like maybe this is someone's house, or it's a mining shaft or something. It feels familiar, but you aren't able to really pin down where it is. And as you're standing there kind of just bobbing back and forth, trying to really get a hold of this feeling and understand what's going on, you see like drift through you like a ghost. You see Trock disappear into this rock face. And then behind him, following him in, you see Ro. And then you see Ver. And then you see your dad. And then you snap back out.
That was a trip.
The one thing that you take away from this is not only was it weird that you felt like you physically got eaten by a slime mattress and then got like puked back up by the same slime mattress, and which neither actually happened. But the last thing that you remember as this trip begins to fade and the fuzziness begins to disappear is just how damaged your father looked, even from the back profile. You think you remember one of his arms being in a sling and some scuff marks and scrapes on the left side of his neck, but you're not sure if that's just what you think you saw or what you actually saw. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end tonight.
Awesome.
Yay!
That's never happened when I've eaten an apple. Just saying.
I ain't
You
gonna
gotta-
lie, it gonna be sad when we drop Cammy off and we.
You're not getting the
Keep
right
going.
apples.
I ain't
Oh,
gonna lie.
okay.
Well, the best part is going to be when you guys take off in a southern direction trying
And we get to roll
find-
days. Yeah.
You get to roll days, but like you're literally trying to find this place.
Yeah.
The best part is gonna
So
be
you might even get to fight Xander with us.
seeing if
Ugh.
Garrison kills me in my sleep.
He'll be aight.
I love how character driven this one was. You guys have never actually done that before. Like this is quite literally episode 70, and it's the first time we've had that much
You missed
dialogue.
69.
This
We
is
have
episode 70,
Character
and
development.
it was character
Whoa.
development, and it was literally like character dialogue through most of it.
I had a zinger as Maldor too. I told Mr. Goatman, if you want to bring your lips into the conversation, oh, it's good. You should go back and watch it.
Yes, I liked it. It was fun.
Oh god.
All right.
The episode where Yorick's villain arc begins.
Boy.
I'm gonna kill Yorick. Simple as that. Take my
I'll protect
amulet
Yorick
back.
with my life.
Beware.
I need the amulet.
left
I need
lose.
the amulet.
He's my. I'm gonna keep him alive as
I
much as I
need
can.
amulet of shadows.
Uh-oh. Yorick, you have 2 big spoons. How are you going to choose?
One on each side.
There you go.
I think I can burn the goat man
We'll
pretty
just kiss
quickly, so I think it'll be aight.
Spoon sandwich.
Vidar, what's
Okay.
the quote of the week
Yeah, what's the quote of the week, Vidar?
Quote of the week.
or the quote of the day?
If it's the week, it has to be really good.
Quote of the session.
Let me get back to you on that.
That's a good
quote.
quote. I like it. Yeah, that's awesome. The quote of the session. Let me get back to you on that. End quote.
Never underestimate
You cut out. I'm sorry.
The beep.
never underestimate the power of human stupidity.
There you go.
A good one.
That's a good one. And you know, if life brings you lemons, you should make lemonade. Then
Make
try and
life
find
take the
someone
lemons
whose life has
back.
brought them vodka and have a party.
All gods have a
Who
weakness.
does life think it is? Giving down some lemons.
What's the difference between a joke and a rhetorical question?
Nothing.
One has a punchline.
Good night, guys.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Exactly.
I like
What's the
that.
difference between a joke and a rhetorical question?
I'm writing that down.
And then you just go away.
And then you just leave. Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good
night, guys. Sleep well.
Goodbye. I'll see y'all
See you
in the
next week.
Bye.